Gender and youth problems. The young people are the hope for tomorrow, and the youth faces a number of problems due to societal norms, changing lifestyles, socioeconomic conditions, prevailing stressors, and health conditions, among other factors. Some problems too are common to all youth, and some are found more in case of women, and some found in case of young men. For example, first of all, competition. The society in general has become very competitive, from school admission to admissions to competing for good grades, admissions at good institutions for higher education. One has to cross many hurdles, and every step is very stressful for a young mind. Striving to get a job, and then a good job, is important. That is another race, and the youth faces pressure and stress at all of these levels. Then expensive education. Education, especially higher and professional education, is very expensive. All people do not have enough resources for providing a higher education to their children. So many young people find it hard to pursue their educational aspirations because of limited financial resources available with their parents, because they are dependent upon their parents. Unemployment is a very big issue because it is a source of not only disappointment and frustration, but it also leads to many other negative behaviors. Young people do not find job opportunities, whether good or poor, according to their qualification. Unemployment leads to continuous dependence on parents or the family instead of one's own autonomy. Then there is lack of training in entrepreneurship and skill development. So if everyone cannot get a job, what should they do? They should go for entrepreneurship. But is it possible for everyone? Unemployment can be tackled by entrepreneurial ventures. People can set up their own small businesses and make a source of earning. However, educational system does not involve and does not prepare students for that. Skill building or entrepreneurship training is not involved in the educational system. A very big issue that requires attention is availability of drugs and substance abuse. A growing problem. An alarming fact that drugs are available and they are being consumed by young persons, boys and girls. The debilitating effects of drugs negatively affect the well-being of youth, and this is true for everywhere in the world. Violence. Being a victim of violence is not uncommon. Violence hurts physically as well as psychologically, emotionally, mentally. On the other hand, indulgence in violent acts, availability and use of arms is also a threat. Something which very few people talk about: exposure to information, temptations, and resulting dissatisfaction. We see that children have access to information wherever it is found. Because of internet, children and adolescents have access to all sorts of information, including lifestyles in other parts of the world and their own country, like facilities and luxuries. This may cause temptations leading to dissatisfaction with one's own life in case of limited resources. Exposure to media exposes to various forms of violence and drug abuse too. Poor or no healthy sources of entertainment. Young people need opportunities to utilize their energies in healthy activities, and lack of healthy entertainment facilities and opportunities leads to unhealthy ways of thrill seeking. And these unhealthy ways of thrill seeking can be in the form of one-wheeling, for example. There is another issue: issues of appearance, obesity, weight management. Problems to do with appearance are very common. Appearance includes issues to do with complexion, body shape, and body weight, which may be faced by the young people. Girls concerned about more weight management, and boys with muscle building. This concern or over concern leads to or may lead to stress, poor self-concept, and psychological problems such as anxiety. Lack of health education and poor health knowledge. Young people need health education. Health education can help maintain good health, to avoid disease, good reproductive health, hygiene, nutrition, also disease prevention, identification of risk factors, and especially in case of diseases like HIV and AIDS and other habit disorders. Most of the mentioned problems are common to young men and women both. However, some problems are more gender specific. Young women face more of lack of family support for higher education, for going and joining a profession, occupation, and formal work. They are more likely to experience early marriage and motherhood. They experience more of sexual harassment, unsafe traveling, concern with appearance and weight management. They experience more of glass ceiling effect and unequal opportunities for professional growth. Young men, on the other hand, are more likely to experience gender role strain, pressure to excel in education and profession, employment, substance abuse, and violence. So, these are some of the problems that the youth face. And we have to see how the society, how the state, how the NGOs, and how the youth themselves, they can help overcome these problems to create more knowledge, to create more awareness, and to develop entertainment facilities for personality growth, and how we can make each other happy, healthy, growing, and progressing.